everybody. Welcome to the first ever Friday Night Highlights podcast. This weekend was Big Ten weekend, so I got a special guest here, Max.
Hi, what's going on?
And we're going to talk about all the championships from this weekend.
Yeah, all the championship weekends, Pac-12, Big 12, SEC, Big Ten. It's going to be a lot, so strap in.
For sure. All right, first one we should talk about, Georgia and Alabama.
Nah, I think we got to save that one for later, because that was probably the biggest.
That might have been the best game that we've seen in SEC history. I mean, that was a great game.
I think we should go in chronological order from Pac-12 to Big Ten.
For sure.
So, Pac-12 was a big weekend. Well, big day, I should say. It was Washington versus Oregon, Michael Penix versus Bo Nix. Great matchup. It's insane.
Yeah, for real.
Bo Nix is a grown man, and I don't like him, so I'm very glad that he won. I mean, Washington won. Washington won 34-31 in that game. My dad went to Washington, so I was rooting for Washington. I don't like Bo Nix, so I wasn't rooting for Bo Nix. It's pretty easy comparison there.
For sure. Now, obviously, we're going to save the big stuff for last, so I'll let you do the orders here, because you seem like you're a big boss about it. Yeah. So what you got?
Okay, so Pac-12 was a pretty crazy game. First quarter, Washington was absolutely dominating Oregon.
Yeah, for real.
Oregon couldn't get anything going. Washington was stuffing them, and they were... Oh, my God. Washington's running back was going insane.
For real.
They wouldn't stop him.
Even the first... not even just the first quarter, but the first half in general.
Yeah.
It was all big shambles, for sure. It was all bits and pieces weren't coming together.
Second half, Oregon kind of picked up the slack.
For sure.
And they were leading Oregon in the fourth quarter. Oh, my God. I mean, Oregon was leading Washington in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Until Washington had an insane comeback.
Yeah, that was a great comeback.
And then they won 34-31.
Yeah.
Probably the last Pac-12 championship of all time.
That's pretty crazy to think about how the Pac-12 is separating.
Yeah, there's only going to be two teams left, so, I mean...
For sure, yeah. I mean, I bet you very soon those teams are going to find other divisions to go into.
Most of them are going to the Big Ten. The other half is going to the Big 12.
For sure.
The Big 12 teams, they're not going to be doing much in the Big 12. Because all the teams that are leaving the Big 12 just wanted some more TV spots.
Yeah, exactly. They're all leaving so that they have, bigger areas. Because the Pac-12 is not as big as, Big 10. Heck, I mean, it's basically the equivalent to the Big 12.
Yeah.
Is what it's equivalent to. And both of them are not very...
They're a major league, league, but, they get overlooked very much.
Yeah, I like that, overlooked.
Big 10 SEC are definitely the big two.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
All right, so after the Pac-12 championship, we had the Big 12. That was Texas versus Oklahoma State. No surprise there.
Jeez, I wonder who won that one.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that much. Texas dominated Oklahoma State.
Yeah, blowout.
I'm not gonna say I don't think Oklahoma State has ever been regarded as a great football team. No offense to anyone who plays for Oklahoma State.
For sure, yeah.
Because you made it to the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, so let me just say
Texas is a great team, and there wasn't much of a chance.
Let me just say, I congratulate them for making it all the way to the championship there. But you just can't beat Texas. I mean, if
you're in the Big 12, you're not gonna beat Texas if you're in the Big 12.
For sure. I mean, that's just a tough game to play there. So
other divisions, they can beat Texas.
For sure.
Like Michigan could beat Texas. Georgia could beat Texas. Well, we don't know about that.
We'll save that for last. Most of you guys saw that.
Most of you guys saw that, but
for sure,
that's gonna be a good topic to discuss.
For sure. I'm excited for that one. I got a lot to say about it.
Oh my God, me too.
Man, I thought that was going to be a blowout game, and you know what? Why don't we just get to the Bama and Georgia? Now that we're on this topic, let's just talk about it now.
Yeah.
Georgia, number 1 in the country. Bama's number 8. The final score of the game, 27-24, Alabama. That was a surprise to many people. I did not expect that. Max, I don't think you expected that.
As a Michigan fan, so know this even coming from a Michigan fan who doesn't like Alabama. I don't like the Crimson Tide. But I wanted Alabama to win that game because I'm sick and tired of hearing of Georgia winning national championships. And yeah, that was such a surprise.
For sure.
Number 1 in the country getting knocked by number 8.
Yeah.
I don't think, and
no one expected it.
Okay, this is gonna be a hot take, but I know they're number 8, and beating a team isn't gonna get them into the playoffs. But they beat the number 1 team in the country. I think that probably reserves them probably like a number 4 spot.
Really?
Yeah, I know that's a hot take, but they beat the 3-time national champions, 2-time national champions.
Man, but
and the number 1 team in the country. I don't think they deserve number 1. Michigan deserves number 1. I just don't. I think they should get it number 4.
Really?
Yeah, I think. Okay, it's hard because I like Florida State.
Yeah, I do too. I think they deserve playoffs.
Yeah, I think they deserve it, but you beat the number 1 team in the country. I think that they, other than just winning your conference championship, I think that you deserve something.
For sure.
Beating the 2-time, that's a very hot take, I know.
I get that, though. You know, and let me say this. I know that at the time of this recording, I just figured I'd bring this out. You know, playoff pictures, the full picture is coming out at noon today. This is, just before noon. This is around 11:30 right now, so we don't have any of this.
Yeah, it's like
11:22. 11:22. So this is all of our takes. This is nothing from the playoff picture at all. So this is pretty interesting, though, because,
speaking here, we have no idea who... Well, we have an idea of who's going to be in the playoffs, but we don't know the full picture yet, because...
For sure.
The SEC title game definitely screwed some things up for the rankings people.
Now, I gotta say, I think everybody's kind of expecting this. I'm not just saying this as a Michigan fan. I do think Michigan is going to go to number 1 in the country.
Yeah, and after Georgia lost to number 8.
And Michigan's undefeated at number 2. They can't stick around at 2. They have to go to 1, especially because they beat Iowa.
Georgia can't stick around at 1 anymore because...
Exactly.
They just lost to number 8 in the title game.
Exactly. And when they lose to Iowa, when Iowa loses to Michigan, Michigan has to go up because now they're 12-0, 13-0, 13-0.
13-0 now.
13-0. So they're first. They got to go to first place because Georgia's. I don't think Georgia will be in the playoffs anymore. I don't.
I think they're gonna get a relatively good spot. I think they might get
5.
Maybe 5 or 6. I think they might replace Ohio State at 6 maybe.
I say 1. I say 1 is gonna be Michigan. 2 is a really close call.
I think we gotta give that one to Washington.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Number 1 Michigan, number 2 Washington, number 3.
3's tough. I know 4. I got Texas.
We got Texas. Yeah, they did win Big 12 championship, but beating Oklahoma State isn't saying much. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. 4 in Texas. That sounds.
4 is the big debate here. Everyone's a big debate. There's so many teams fighting for the number 4 spot right
now. There's what? Who is fighting for it right now? Oregon was. Washington. Let's see. Obviously, Texas.
So number 3.
Bama even. Bama's actually has a chance. And here's my take. I know your hot take is Alabama is going to go to 4. I don't think they'll go to 4. But I think
that's just something I want to see.
Same.
I don't know if it's going to happen. And once again, coming from a person who pretty much hates Alabama.
Yeah.
Just team-wise, I don't like them.
Same.
They work together well. They're good people. I don't like the team.
However,
they beat Georgia. I want them to go.
And I feel like for me, it's not a matter of the standing. It's a matter of whether or not you deserve it. And honestly, if you beat the number 1 team in the country, when you're not in the playoff spot, the top 4 in the first place,
you deserve it.
You deserve to be in the playoffs.
You deserve some kind of compensation other than a conference.
Especially when Georgia has had 3 perfect seasons in a row, and Bama comes in and shuts them down. Alabama shuts them down. Last year, they lost to Tennessee. That's a good example. And Tennessee was a good team last year.
But Tennessee isn't No, I keep mentioning Tennessee isn't Michigan.
Yeah.
Tennessee isn't Georgia.
Yeah.
Tennessee isn't even Texas.
Yeah, they just weren't. And this year, that's a big fall off this year, I think. I think Tennessee, they started to kind of branch off. They started, last year they were really good. Hendon Hooker got to the Lions. It was all good and perfect, and then when they lost Hendon Hooker and they lost a couple more guys to the NFL draft and seniors, and now their team's kind of falling apart again, and they're trying to rebuild. But that's a little bit off topic. We got to get back to the Big Ten.
Okay.
Big Ten Championship.
Okay, Big Ten Championship. I don't think anyone even thought Iowa was going to win. And guess what? Everyone was right because they didn't even have a chance. Michigan won 26-0.
No, I will say this. Was it 26-0?
It was 26-0.
I swear I thought it was 24-0.
Here, I got you. Keep talking.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
So, all right. So, Max is going to look it up here. So, I saw we had, I honestly, this is coming from a Michigan fan.
Yeah, 26-0.
26-0.
26-0.
This is coming from a Michigan fan. I thought that in the first place, I thought Iowa was at least going to put up some better points. They were going to make it a closer game. I did think Michigan was going to win. But I
thought they were going to do something. I thought they were going to do something.
And think about this. Georgia and Bama was a big shock to everybody. I was like, oh my God, I hope Michigan doesn't slip up here. Because if Michigan slips up that one time and they get Iowa on a roll, we've seen Iowa get on a roll before. They've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
And they've, and if they get rallied up, it's scary because they start coming and climbing up on you. But think about it. 17 in the country versus number 2 in the country. 16 in the country. I think leading up to the game was 17.
Mm-mm.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know about that. Google again.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought they were going to put up more points than they did. And they 26-0. And, I will say I congratulate both teams.
And also for Iowa, I think it's, no offense, I think it's kind of embarrassing to go to your conference championship and not put up a single point.
I agree with that.
I know going against Michigan, that's just a tough thing to do.
That's a tough team.
But getting to a conference championship and then not scoring a point, like you can't do that.
You can't.
No, and you can't make it that far and not do anything.
And this isn't even like a biased thing here. We are both Michigan fans, but we're saying this in a different way.
They're ranked number 18 now. They were ranked 16 though.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. They were ranked 16, now they're 18, so man, you cannot go into a conference championship
and not score a point.
Listen, if you lose bad, but at least you put up a point, that's reasonable. Because you're facing Michigan. Michigan is a great team.
You can score a field goal against Michigan and no one would be mad. But
exactly.
If you don't score a point,
it's
embarrassing. No offense to Iowa. Our former quarterback goes there. He's not starting anymore, but he goes.
For sure. Yeah.
He goes there.
For sure. It's just look, if you put up 1 point, if
you got a safety or something.
Yeah, at least have your defense at least 2 points for the safety or a touchdown or a field goal.
Be an offensive touchdown.
Yeah.
That'd be better, but put up
something.
You can't
go the other direction.
It's just embarrassing.
And honestly, I would have felt better about it if they scored more, of course. Because I've seen my comment section. I made a hype video for Michigan and Iowa, and I saw there were a couple Hawkeyes that were looking into that. And I feel
Hawkeyes looking into that video.
Yeah, I had Hawkeyes looking in that video.
Really?
And listen, to you guys, I think you guys deserve more than that.
We all understand. Everyone in the U.S. understands Michigan is a top tier team.
For sure.
That is almost impossible to beat.
For sure.
But as we see in the season, it's not impossible to score points on them.
Now, I will say
Even
this.
with their very tough defense.
For sure.
But, like, if you were watching the Ohio State game.
That's what I was going to bring up next. Yeah.
Our defense is great. Against Ohio State, that's insane. They did a great job.
For sure. And that was actually what I was going to bring up next. Like, Michigan and Ohio State, that's a big rivalry, and Michigan's gotten a three-peat. That proves they're a great team. But even so, I know Jim Harbaugh, it was his first game back since his suspension. We all know
I think we really needed him to get on a...
And I think it really did help, that we had on the sideline.
Jim Harbaugh, I know there's some, like, he's not always been the best.
Yeah.
But I think he's in the last 3 years, I think he's proven himself again.
For sure.
Before that, I would even agree, get him out of there. He wasn't doing anything. We were a losing team. But he didn't have much talent.
Yeah, he was waiting for the people to get recruited. And he was waiting.
In the last couple of years, he's been doing so good as a coach.
For sure.
And the only problem I've seen as him as a coach recently is the sign stealing scandal.
Of course.
Which I feel like he could have dealt with better. He already was suspended this season. Could just admitted he knew about it. Maybe taking like a 1-game suspension. But no, he denied, and then he got... I'm just like, you just can't do that. Like, that was like the worst way he could have possibly handled that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think you gotta fight your case. I think all that does have to happen. But man, I feel like he could have handled it in a different way. That could have at least had him more... I don't even know how to put it. Like, he could have handled it in a better way that would have had a better outcome for the team, for all of college football, to just have some normalcy in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think, you can't talk about Michigan without talking about the sign stealing scandal this year.
Sure.
And like, I just think it's, the worst part about it is, we didn't need to do that at all. Michigan, okay, I'm gonna be honest. Did it probably help us put up some extra points? Yeah, I'm not even gonna deny that. Like, for sure, it probably helped us a little bit.
For sure.
But I don't think for any of those teams we needed that. We needed the sign stealing. I don't think
we didn't. I mean,
like the sheer talent on our team
and then
is enough to just not stop.
Yeah, and I mean, look me personally, I know right now. They say that this is all over. They figured out everything. I wouldn't even say over, but people are starting to figure out the facts and details. But for me, I don't think this is over. I think they're going to look into this next season and unfortunately give some punishment.
I think there's going to be some punishment next. I think there might be some punishments in our rankings, maybe.
And you know,
I think they might drop us a couple of rankings, perhaps.
They might. And you know what? Let me be straight up honest here. Since we're on the topic of Jim Harbaugh. Is this the last year we see him in college football?
I'm going to be... I don't think I want it to. Because
me neither.
If I want...
It's not even a matter of want. Do you think it's going to happen? Because,
I think this is the last year. There's been so much talk of it. I think my brain's just been programmed to think that he's going to be gone. And here, I think another pretty good question is... Where do you think he's going to coach in the majors? Where do you think he's going to coach in the NFL?
For sure, yeah.
Like where I think he's. I bet him and his brother have been messing around and talking. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he wouldn't pick up a good team. I feel like it's for his first year in the pros. I think
no, it's not. Yeah, previous to that, let's bring that up. Previous to that, he took the 49ers to a Super Bowl before he went to college football and coached Michigan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
He was in the NFL before. I think
for his return to pro football, I think he's going to pick up a pretty bad team.
Yeah.
I don't think they're just going to let him pick up the Kansas City Chiefs or anything.
Well, no, because Andy Reid's probably not going to let that happen, but...
yeah, it was like a joke. But
yeah.
I think... Okay, this is going to be weird. Whenever I think of bad teams, I think of the New York Jets. No offense to any of the Jets fans out there.
Okay.
But you're awful. I'm sorry. It's terrible.
Listen,
it's so bad.
Listen, you say that now, but guys,
you're like,
look at the talent on the team. It is one of the teams.
Actually, no, what I think he's gonna go to.
Go ahead.
He's gonna. It's not really a hot take, but I don't think it's something you thought of. I think he could go to the Carolina Panthers. They're so bad. They need a new coach. They've fired like 3 coaches. They want a new coach. They want a good coach. If Jim Harbaugh is joining the pros and they see what he's been doing in college is different than pros. There's different rules, but if they see what he's been doing,
yeah,
there's no reason that they don't just pick him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Jets, I mean, do they have a coaching problem? A little bit, but it's not as severe as the Panthers.
I agree.
Like you picked up a one-in-a-generation talent of Bryce Young, stuck him on the worst team behind the worst line, and he's doing the best he can. Like, I don't blame Bryce Young for anything that has happened this season.
I don't know, because think about it. Put yourself in Bryce Young's shoes, or you got C.J. Stroud over on the Texans.
Yeah,
let's think about Bryce Young here for a second.
Yeah, if you think, just think of, like, imagine what he's thinking as he's watching C.J. Stroud being put up for MVP as a rookie for the Texans, and he sees what he could have been doing while he's stuck on the worst team in the country.
I agree with that. And you can't, he was such a high first-round draft pick. You can't, and I've seen this in every level of sports. In every level. If you put pressure on one guy to do everything for your team, it is not possible that the team will do good, because you can't put it on one guy. And I'm not saying all the fans and everything did that to Bryce Young, but I do feel like he had a lot of high expectations. He's a rookie, and he's trying to meet the standards without any good offense to back him up, and the defense either.
Like, he doesn't have any receivers to throw to.
Exactly.
And he doesn't.
Name one. Because I
can't even think.
I can't even think of them.
I know that's probably an issue. Like, we can't name it, but like, I think that just says more to the fact that the receivers on the Carolina Panthers, I don't want to say, because they're in the NFL. They're good.
They're great receivers, yeah.
They're in the NFL. That's something.
Yeah.
But for NFL standards, like it's not there.
It's just not.
And I think in the next 5 years, I think Bryce Young he's gonna enter like the transfer, and I think he's gonna join a better team, and I think he's gonna be at some point an MVP quarterback. I know that's putting a lot on him, but like, I think he's that good of a player. You just can't put him behind the worst offense in the league. You can't do that.
I agree, and I feel like he kind of reminds me. This is going to sound surprising to people who don't watch football a lot or didn't watch it back then and do it now. He kind of reminds me of Tom Brady. This is why. Tom Brady in the NFL draft, here we go again with the Michigan. He came with Michigan, and then he got brought back up again, right? So he gets brought back into the NFL draft. Round 5, he's selected,
round
to the
5,
Patriots.
Just think of. I think whenever you think of like a good quarterback, if you ask someone, if you ask like a random person who didn't know like a ton of football knowledge, if you ask, what round do you think Tom Brady was drafted? I think they would go round 1 or round 2.
Yeah.
Because like, you just don't think of Tom Brady as a round 5 draft pick.
Same. And this is why I take Tom Brady as Bryce Young. Some of you are going crazy right now at your phone. I can already see you guys through the screen going, what do you mean? They were in completely different rounds. Bryce Young was round 1 and Tom Brady was round 5. Think about it for a second. Let's break this down.
But Bryce Young was drafted round 1 to a terrible team.
Yeah. And think about
Tom Brady was drafted round 5 to an all-right team.
Right. And think about this. When Tom Brady was drafted, I'm going to start with Brady, and then we'll go to Bryce Young. And then you'll see the comparison. Tom Brady, he starts, right? Okay, so he goes Michigan, NFL drafted round 5, to the Patriots. He doesn't get his chance until, the other quarterback got injured, and then he got his chance, and then he started going crazy with it. My point is, it took time for him to start going crazy and lighting up the NFL. And then you take Bryce Young. I think it's going to be the same thing. I think eventually he just needs to find a team with some receivers.
Yeah, he needs to be on a team. But you can't have a quarterback without receivers. That's not how it works.
Can you do me a favor? Could you look up what are the receivers of the Carolina Panthers? Because
And we'll see if we even recognize them.
yeah, because I'm sure we're gonna come across one and be like, oh, we're dumb. But like,
So there's a reliable source that has the rankings on. I'm looking right now.
oh shit,
I don't know where it is. It's not. I think it's. Where's this from? It's the AP poll. It's Michigan number 1,
Okay.
Washington number 2.
Okay.
Oh, number 3 is Texas.
Number 3 is Texas.
Number 3, wow.
Who is 4? Big debate.
Number
Drum
4,
roll,
drum
please.
roll. Florida State.
Florida State.
And the rest of the list, I was actually like pretty much right earlier in the video. So Alabama's number 5, and Georgia is number 6.
Wow.
Ohio State is number 7. Wow, Oregon's all the way down at number 8 now.
Wow.
Missouri is at 9.
How is Missouri?
At 9.
Wow.
Penn State is 10. Okay, I
Okay,
can see
expected that.
that. Mississippi is at 11.
Wow.
That's
crazy. So these are the official rankings. So
that's the AP poll. It's not official, but fully expect to see Michigan, Washington, Texas, Florida State.
yeah, expected. It's not official yet.
I think the top 6 is completely correct.
Yeah. So,
I can't disagree with that whatsoever. I have no issues with that.
same thing. I think. Wow. There was a lot of talk.
And I think FSU is screwed. They're playing their 3rd string QB. They don't have a chance.
Here's what I think. I think Penn State. Penn State at 10. I don't know about you. I'd give them 9. I'd give them 9, and I'd push Missouri back a little bit. But I would say, where's Oregon at? You said 8.
Yeah, Oregon is at 8.
I think Penn State should be behind Oregon, but I also think that Missouri should be behind Penn State. It's close. It's very close.
And Missouri has a better record.
For sure.
But Penn State's just a better team.
For sure.
I'm sure if they played,
yeah,
Missouri's not gonna win that.
For sure. It's close, but I mean, there you go.
Okay, so getting back to topic,
on the Carolina
Panthers receivers.
All right.
2023. I gotta look up 2023 though. 2023. Okay. Terrace Marshall Jr.
Okay, so
I got no idea, not gonna lie.
I know a little bit about him, but
Adam Thielen. I know Adam
Thielen.
I know Adam Thielen, okay.
Right. But he's out of his prime.
Amir Smith Marset. So I'm not the only person I know there is Adam Thielen.
So I know the who's the first guy?
Terrace Marshall Jr.
Yeah, I know Terrace Marshall. He's okay. Adam Thielen's out of his prime. But,
he's a good receiver, but he's out of his prime.
He's out of his prime. And then I don't know who the other guy is.
You can't stick a really cool jersey on a good quarterback and call it a team. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't. And it's Bryce Young, man. Listen, I'm not asking for anybody to do anything. I'm not saying change your opinion. But I am kind of saying change your opinion.
Like if you're sitting behind your TV screen as a Carolina Panthers fan and going, why did we draft Bryce Young? Bryce Young sucks.
Yeah.
Which I know a lot of people are doing.
Yeah, for sure.
You're just straight up wrong. He's a great quarterback. The Carolina Panthers are just awful.
Yeah.
As a team.
Yeah.
They don't have a defense. That's why we're not even mentioning the defense.
For sure.
The offense is the main topic.
Yeah. And their offense.
Like, if you really think, they're not that bad. Think of a game of Philadelphia Eagles versus the Carolina Panthers. Just think, Just think of how that would go.
That would go.
No, even a better thing. Think of the Green Bay Packers versus the Carolina Panthers. Green Bay would stomp And Green Bay is not that good.
Yeah.
And as a
Lions
Lions fan, I do think the Lions are better than Green Bay, even though they won on Thanksgiving.
It's close. The record shows Lions, but I don't know. It's close.
But I don't know. Packers are good, but they're not that great. Just think of a game between them and the Carolina Panthers. It's just a blowout.
Yeah.
So, like, it's seriously insane.
Yeah.
So, like, seriously, man. Like, so we just kind of got into Carolina from I don't know how we got from the championship weekend to the Carolina Panthers, but
to Bryce Young. Yeah, I mean, this has been an very interesting podcast. But leaving this on a good note, Bryce Young, give the guy a chance. Keep your eyes out on the college football playoffs.
Yeah, look at the rankings at 12 if you're a football fan.
Heck yeah. Here, keep it up. Look at it.
Hey, you probably heard it here first. Number 1, Michigan. It better be. Number 2, Washington.
It better be.
Number 3, Texas. That's debatable.
That's a debate.
I mean, they're in I'm good with them being in the playoffs, but number 3, wow.
I put them at 4.
Yeah,
I put Florida State 3.
Yeah, I would flip Florida State in Texas.
Yeah.
And Florida State 4. So, and watch out just to see the smile on your face when Georgia gets number 6 and Ohio State gets number 7.
For sure.
Just wait.
For sure. And, hope you guys really enjoyed that. I mean, we had a lot of fun.
We had a great time. I think the best sports talk me and Friday Night Highlights over here have had a talk with. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, the best. This was great. We had a lot of fun. Hope you guys had a lot of fun watching this.
Yeah, we'll try to put some sports clips over this that relate to what we're talking about. So if it's the Big Ten championship that we're talking about in the video, we won't put an SEC championship clip over it.
Yeah. How about this? If we can't find any clips, we'll find some pictures or something. We'll find something for you guys to at least enjoy while you hear us boring kids talk. So anyways, hope you guys had a great time watching this. Really appreciate it. Well, more like listening, but we really appreciate it. And be sure to check out Brods Did Official. Bros Did Official.
Bros Did. And there's not really anything on it, but
yeah.
But it's there.
He's still a dude. He's still cool. But that is going to wrap it up for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Maybe listen to this on a walk or something. I don't know.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yes.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.
Yeah, we'll make another one soon.
Yes, sir.